In a world full of people who think life is a happy series of coincidences and trust the official narrative, some of us know better. Tales of Stonehenge, dogmen, chemtrails, and more. All of this we will explore in the Seany Zone. Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Seany Zone. How's everybody doing tonight? And now let's take it to our host, Seany. What's going on, Seany? What's good, buddy?
What up, fuckers?
Yeah.
Thought I was dead, but I'm back.
You're back. You had a little hiatus last week. We took a little week off and all, but now we're back, like we said. Yes. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing very, very well, Bobby. How are you?
Doing good. Hope everybody's
Feeling
got their tickets to
rested?
Yes, I am. After 1 week off, I'm feeling rested. And I hope everybody's got their tickets to the gun show because it's the gun show tonight. You get a little extra tonight, right?
Yeah, masculinity.
Even our boy Andy, he might not be on screen right now, but we all had the gun show going on backstage before the show. I said, I got to get in the gun show with Seany.
Andy, show off those pipes, buddy. Come on.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Count three. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the gun show, the Seany Zone gun show.
All right. So, thank you. All right. So, where do we go from here? All right. Let's start out with this. Please dry hump the like button.
Ooh.
Turn on your gifted memberships because we got not one, not two, but 3 new members on board tonight. Can we show those? I want to call them out. Ryan Sherrill became a YouTube member. Thank you, Ryan.
Ooh,
who else we got, Andy? McGoose. I like that goose
Right.
with a leather jacket. That's very Fonzie-esque. I like that.
McGoose.
Yeah. He became a YouTube member. Carol Dillon became a YouTube member. And late breaking, we have a pinkish purple chat. Let's get right the fuck to it.
Dude.
Thank you, Daniel August. What's up, boys? Here's to an excellent show. Tonight, but it's got a gap in it. Why the fuck does hold on? I want to say this. Well, I'll just say, oh, hey, Andy. So, Andy, please.
Oh, hey, Daniel August. Good to see you, brother.
Why is it so hard to type words on the fucking super chats? They always want to get gap words out or change words. What the fuck is that?
I do it. It happens a lot on my phone. I know I got, no matter how big of a screen you got, bro, it seems like my thumbs are just bigger than all the buttons. So
no.
People have problem with autocorrect and shit.
I type words correctly.
Do you?
Like I will sit and look at it and type it, and it's wrong, and then I'll go back and retype it, so I'm really focused, and it's still fucking wrong.
Do you type as good as John? Like, dear Adam Carolla.
I type way better than I talk. I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's a good thing.
So, so please.
Thanks, Daniel. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Thank you for that.
absolutely wonderful. Thank you, sir. All right. So, speaking of John, guess what?
What's up, bud? What's new with John in your world?
Today, Stuttering John blocked me, or recently, I don't know when, but I noticed it today because he's a fucking pussy.
Yeah,
straight up.
He did the blocking.
I've called him out on a few things. I mean, he's got Trump derangement syndrome, and not that I'm a Trump fan. I'm a fan of nobody. As far as that goes, I think both sides are plotting against us. They're both they're both for the highest bidder. So I don't really care. Trump, Biden. I wish we had somebody else. I wish there was a third. I wish somebody I mean, I'm really leaning towards this Kennedy guy. I mean, he's got a lot of conspiracy mindset things going, so I'm really feeling like he might be somebody I like.
Mm-hmm. It seems like he likes to talk loosely and not have the narrative so much. As
yes. He's not so filtered. And really, in the world today, like it's, I don't know.
Exactly. We ain't gonna solve all the world's problems here today. So you got off talking about John saying he got the Trump derangement syndrome, and that took us down this road. But yeah, so you're blocked by John again, and we were kind of asking, what do you think that you did to get blocked? And you said you wish you kind of knew, right?
Well, I mean, I did one of the not the last tweet, but recently, I did call him a fake stutterer because. Suddenly he doesn't like it. He'll throw one in very like randomly. You hear my show. Stutterers talk like I do. You know what I mean? Like how this is how it goes. We have good days and we have bad days. We don't always have the best days and then you
yeah. He's whatever is convenient at the moment is what he is. If it's convenient to be a stutter, he's a stutter. If it's convenient to be Puerto Rican to defend a joke or something like that, he's Puerto Rican. Or if I'm a Viking skull because that's what day it is.
Right, because he's Denmark, right? He's Danish or something. Yeah, something
dimwit, I think, is what you mentioned.
He's a dimwit. Oh. He's a fucktard, is what he is. Yeah. So I just. Whatever, fine. You know, like I would call him out on Twitter or X, whatever you want to say. Yeah. And you know, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like to be reprimanded or you know put in his
talked
place.
Down to in any way. And I know that you were getting your kicks off for a while, like super chatting him and kind of poking at him, letting him know about how he kept you off the air and stuff like that. So it's hard to say what exactly did it for him, but he's aware of you enough that he blocked your ass on Twitter X.
Oh yeah, well I mean yeah, and I know that a few of the last tweets that I did say to him like, oh, why did you keep me off the air, whatever. So I know that he's, I mean not that
who the fuck is this guy keeps bothering me?
Yeah,
you know.
I mean not that I would like harped on only that, you know what I mean, like, but he's just a chooch. Really, that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
So last week they put Randy on ice. That's why we weren't here. The CIA reached out to him and told him, no Shawnee.
Put the kibosh on last week's show, right? I seen you speculating in our private chat. What's going on? CIA, what government did this to him, right?
Yeah.
Who shut us down last week?
He actually said it was both. It was the U.S. and the Canadian. So
at least in cooperate on something.
There you go. There you go.
It was a combined effort to keep us down. And they had terrible coffee, too. I was there 4 days.
Damn, bro.
I'm glad you're back now, Andy.
Yes, I'm glad we're all here. The gang's all here, right? So, also, recently we also had a CME, which is a coronal mass ejection, also known as a solar flare, which caused an aurora borealis over a lot of the U.S., especially the eastern coast. I mean, not so much the west coast, but eastern coast, all the way down to what would say Bombay, Georgia, right?
Yeah, they were saying Georgia and Alabama could be seeing it over this past weekend because it was so intense. Yes, the aurora could potentially be seen. And I think online I did see some pictures actually coming from Georgia where people were getting shots of it. Yeah.
Can you throw because I'd seen this. I was unaware of this, and I was in the Adirondack Mountains of New York when I learned this. And then, can you put that up? My tweet on that, Bobby.
Oh yeah, sure.
I forget what number that one was.
The coronal mass ejection or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me find that for you real quick. That would have been number 8 I put in here. Here we go.
I was freaking out.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
No, it wasn't number 8. It was number something.
It was number 9. Yours was number 8. Here we go.
Yeah.
Coming right up, buddy. Here we go. This was your tweet about it, and it kind of shows what you're what you're talking about. And we talked about how everyone's having like odd electronic things happening this week. I've had Wi-Fi issues. I think we talking with Andy. They're having issues. What about yourself, Sean? Do you think this is kind of affecting your personal life? Like, this is it right here.
Well, yeah, I was having tough times with my phone the entire, like, for the last few days. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, since Thursday night, maybe. Yeah.
And they're saying that these ejections are of epic proportions of 20 years. It says the report is the U.S. government has issued its first geomagnetic storm watch in 20 years, warning Americans of solar activity that could knock out communications and GPS systems. So there you go.
So, Bobby, I want to bring you back to a time. I think it was 1895 was the year. I could be corrected.
Okay.
But there was something called the Carrington event. And so there was a massive solar flare. And at the time, the technology of its day was the telegraph. And so they'd strung wires up from miles along streets and things, you know what I mean, between towns and whatever.
Right. Right.
And so so this event comes, and it was a solar flare event, which was very, very, very strong. And it actually set like wires, the poles on fire. Telegraph employees got shocked when they touched the machines, and it set some of the machines themselves on fire because it was so strong. And you have these strings basically
wires
to collect this radiation, this EMP.
That stuff,
more or less, is what it was. If that event had occurred today, like if it had occurred right now, most of the grids would be shut down. Most of our cars would be shut down, unless you had like an older car. We'd be fucked. Really?
I imagine that insulators weren't a great thing back then, Shawnee. So I wonder if some of it could have been, maybe we've kind of learned our lessons for over time is maybe what I'm getting at.
Potentially. Mm-hmm. But also the fact that the wires themselves accept this and then transfer it somewhere. But what I'm saying though is, like, think about every time that we make a smaller computer, which now we have ones that are this big. You know what I mean? Like, it's fragile. The chips, all the hard drive, everything's smaller and smaller. Yeah. And the smaller it gets, the more fragile it gets. So, an EMP now, this thing's just trash. I could just throw it in the woods because it doesn't mean anything. It's not going to do anything. I mean, it would save my phone. I mean, I would save my photos, perhaps, but I'm not even sure that it would. But
there you go. Point. So I guess these things have been affecting our lives for years, but I guess we're more aware of them now with science and kind of these pictures like we showed earlier.
There was
more awareness now.
There was a movie with what's his face?
What's his face in the other
Nicolas Cage, called knowing about a big solar flare. It's worth a look. It's pretty good. It's not great. It's not bad.
Nicolas Cage, you say?
Nick Cage, yeah.
What about Pamela Anderson? What about that?
Right.
Pamela Anderson.
So, wait a minute. Devin, I just noticed Devin Cutmore. Is that a good? Actually, they already have proven they can create that Northern Lights effect. Notice how everyone said it was different than a normal Northern Lights. That's interesting, because I did see. Okay, so I'm glad this guy said that, because I did see that nobody could see it with their eye, but it was showing up on their phones. Like,
I did see a recommendation saying that it would show up better. You would actually get, more of the effect through a camera as opposed to the naked eye. I did see that as well.
All right. So that's interesting, because I was up in the mountains and I couldn't see the fucking thing. I mean, there was some clouds and there was some clouds and there was some clear sky too, but I didn't see any lights.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you said you were in the mountains. I'm thinking you're kind of more up north. You're in the mountains. It seems like what's a more ideal place than this if that's going to happen for you to see it? And you're saying you really didn't see much of it.
No, it was dark. I mean, there's not a lot of light pollution. I didn't see shit.
There you go. So different strokes for different folks.
Kind of fucked
the CERN, up. Devin Cutmore says he's talking about the CERN, the reactor in France.
Wait, what?
The CERN reactor, Devin Cutmore just simply says CERN. He's just talking about because they were slowly, they were firing that up.
They were firing that up. So maybe it has something to do with it. I don't fucking know. But a CME or coronal mass ejection for what the truth term or a solar flare, a really strong one, is one of the things I do prepare for. So. Which is an EMP. Basically, it's an EMP, which could be achieved with if you launched off a nuke and detonated it at a high altitude. It's the same effect. A solar flare would have a greater effect on the Earth, where an EMP can be more localized.
Right, it can be weaponized, basically.
Yes, which these Chinese balloons flying overhead, if one of them was to detonate one at that high of an atmosphere.
Yep. There you go.
Do you get what I'm saying? Or
absolutely.
If something was launched and shot overhead, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an event, and I think I brought this up before, but it's an excellent series of books. 1 second later, 1 year later, 10 years later, or something to that effect. I haven't read the third book. The other two I know, but I haven't read the third book. But yeah, they're very good. Robert Fulton, and so. That's something to really read. It's you can go to your library, take that out, read it, and it's gonna give you some insight as to what life is going to be when the grid goes down and when things don't work, when you can't go to the store and get your cupcakes and your fucking bread and your white milk. Every storm we have, especially up north here, I'm sure every snowstorm.
No bread and toilet paper.
There's no bread. There's no milk. There's no eggs. There's no toilet paper.
We're going to just sit home and have breakfast and use the bathroom endlessly, I guess, during
apparently. So, but you think about that long term. So, because they're afraid that the stores that they're not going to be able to get their stuff. So, what if the stores can't get their stuff? That's what you have to think about.
Nobody getting the stuff, right? Exactly. So
yeah. So then you're fucked, because if the gas pumps don't work and the trucks don't work, your store's not going to get anything, and eventually it's going to break down into chaos. That's why I prepare.
Yeah, you always hear of this loose thread out there that one electromagnetic pulse or something could take out major systems, and like you said, you wouldn't have access to anything that involves electronics, credit card, getting any of your money out of the bank. So I'm sure you have some, might have some money. Might be a good idea to keep some money around, some actually physical cash and stuff like that.
You want to keep some like junk silver, for trading, junk, gold of any kind, any goods that you can, and I know eventually it's going to devolve, so you can't use all this stuff. There's a very, very smart man, TG, that made fun of me because I was like, oh, you can barter stuff. At the beginning, you can barter stuff.
Sure you can. I'm sure there will be a barter point in some of this. I'm sure you can.
And even long term, there will be a time when you can barter things. Whatever. But, yeah. Okay. But
kind of been around since before we even had any kind of financial systems or banks, pretty sure,
But it's kind of important too, to just look into how to garden, how to sew.
Keep in mind on self-sufficiency that you don't rely on this kind of network of banks and grocery stores and relying on others for your sustenance and your survival.
Like Bobby, I've got probably 6 pairs of shoes, because eventually your shoes are gonna wear out.
Right.
And if you can't buy any more, where are you getting your shoes from?
Okay.
I've got a lot of shoes. Things that you have to think about, like clothespins. You're gonna have to hang it. You're gonna have to wash and hang your own clothes. You need rope. You need clothespins. You need the stuff that you don't expect. That you're gonna need. Bungee cords will be great. Screws, just boxes of screws and nails to fix stuff. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm getting
basically all of that, any of that stuff that once, like you said, once it all goes bad, basically anything you have becomes barter worthy. Like you said, if somebody's building something, you might have nails. You never know what would be barter worthy. So yeah, it's just
or
go ahead.
Or like stuff that you're gonna need for yourself just to fix your house, to keep the rain out, or to keep bears out of your house. God only knows. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know, it's like.
Yeah, so we're hoping, we're just relying on the system. We're relying on a system that's not fail on us for our survival. So there's just trying to think outside the box a little bit about it, and everybody probably has their own way of preparing for that.
So I wasn't even. This wasn't even. This is a total left turn that I didn't expect to make tonight, but it's one of those things that the world is getting worse and worse and worse, and we're seeing it day by day. You need to think about these things, and you need to be prepared. And when people tell me, "Oh, just I'll just wait for the government," I laugh. I absolutely look at Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina. Government didn't help for weeks. You know, like it. Look at even Hurricane Irene, which was more like northeast. There were parts of New Hampshire and Vermont that were isolated for weeks.
Yeah,
roads, bridges washed out. They couldn't get to the people. Like, if you don't have, if you're not prepared for that, you're fucked. That's bad. So I don't know.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to wrap this part up because I have other stuff to complain about.
Well, let's get on it then, buddy.
So this week, this is going to come as a kind of another left turn that you're not going to expect.
I'm ready.
But I was brought Muppet Baby. I can't even say this with a straight face. But
I heard what
Muppet
you're about
Babies,
to say.
Muppet Babies annoys the fuck out of me, and it came into my world again this week, and it really got me revved up. And I'm so fucking annoyed because Muppet Babies wasn't a real. It wasn't. Okay, so
Muppet Baby conspiracy we're getting into. What we got?
The Muppet Baby. I know this is fucking stupid, but I love it. It's passionate to me, so I'm sorry.
Right,
hey, everybody.
Go. Once we're done laughing and saying Muppet Babies a couple times, I want to hear this. Yes,
it's really, really dumb. I know this is really, really dumb.
I hope it's good. Come on, let's go. I hope it's good and dumb.
The Muppet movie was released in what year? Like 1977 or something.
The original, probably.
I should have known this. I should have written it down.
All right.
If we can look
Hopefully
that
your theory isn't just relied on that year, but go ahead.
Muppet Babies were brought into the picture in the Muppet Family Christmas, which was like 1987, 1988, something like that.
Kermit Miss Piggy got busy, has some Muppet Babies. Is that what it was?
Nope, not at all. So Muppet movie, they all meet in a realistic way. So, like, you know, I mean, realistic. I mean, we have talking frogs and pigs.
I was wondering what you meant by realistic. So, relative to what we're talking about, realistic, yes.
I'm reeling it back to that point so that we're living in a world with Muppets, right? So they go off and they meet person by person, whatever, and that's how it all begins. And then they throw this, like, all of a sudden they throw in, like, oh, we were all friends as babies in the Muppet Family Christmas, which you can't even find anymore. Like, it's not on. It was a made for TV thing. I watch it every year because I love it, but it also pisses me off every year because I'm like, the Muppet Babies aren't fucking real. Like, so they weren't. They tell you how they all met, and then they go, oh well, just forget that. We're gonna retcon the whole thing. You know what I mean? And it just pisses me off because now they're all friends as the babies, and they were like left in an orphanage, like, which makes even less fucking sense.
You're having serious issues with this, aren't you, Sean?
It pisses me off. It makes
really
me mad.
You.
I'm a Muppet fan. Like, I really love like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When he died, I cried. When Jim Henson died, I was very upset.
Well, that seemed like a rational, reasonable thought, because here's a guy that provided you maybe some entertainment for your childhood. And yeah, he kind of died as a younger man and all. But I didn't know you were so passionate about Muppet Baby storyline and timeline, Shawnee. I didn't know there was a conspiracy involved in that.
No, because okay, so I'm gonna go in and look it up now. But the Muppet movie was created in and it explains how they all met.
Okay.
And it's 10 to 15 years before they create this idea of Muppet babies. And then they come out with like, do you remember they had Flintstone kids or whatever?
Probably. I think they did it all at one.
They're like a cartoon.
They get a kids version. But maybe it was a prequel, Shawnee. Maybe it's just meant to be a prequel, kind of like they did with Star Wars. You know, they kind of started down with the Muppets, and they're like, okay, we're going to go prequel with this. But you're
1979. 1979.
Okay.
Okay. That fucking all right. So now I'm gonna look up. Okay, so let's dig into this a little bit more.
Shawnee is getting into this shit.
No, this pisses me off because they just totally try to fucking tell us that it's not real. No, like we're not now. You're saying to me that like what I believed for the last 15 years, 87. So 9 years later, eight years now you're gonna just say, okay, well now it's now we were babies.
I don't know, man. Sounds
they
like
were
a conspiracy
babies
to me. Muppet conspiracy.
Fuck you, Muppets.
There you go.
And okay? So you know what else I liked about that? About what I did like about the Muppet Family Christmas, and I didn't expect to go this far into it, but here we go. That they brought in, so it wasn't just the Muppets, right? It was Kermit and Fozzie and all of them, and then but they also brought in the Sesame Street crew, like Ernie and Bert were there and all this, and furthermore, they also brought in the Fraggles. So it was like all Jim Henson shit was all. I mean, I'm wondering why they didn't bring in like the Dark Crystal or you know, I mean, what was the other thing he did? Labyrinth, but.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's another thing. Pisses me off. Remember the commercial? Fraggles love to read.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah,
right. That kid who was like Fraggles love to read.
Mm-hmm.
He shuts it off at the beginning of the show, and then says Fraggles love to read. He's a big fan of the show, but he turns it off at the beginning.
John,
you fucking get stupid.
You are way deep into this this Muppet storyline, there, brother.
I'm telling you, dude. This is
It's your passion.
It is. I love
the things you think about in between thinking about conspiracy theories and saving money and kind of packing food and getting ready for the apocalypse. Think about Muppets and storylines.
I guess it shows that I've always had a suspicious mind. I guess I don't know, but
I'm glad you got that off your chest though tonight, Shawnee.
You know what my favorite actually since we're into this road. My favorite Muppet skit of all time was the one on Sesame Street when Bert's hand suddenly is like purple, like he's like this golden like furry yellow, but his hand for some reason is purple.
Okay, did he see it?
I don't know. And Ernie, and so they're supposed to be going to the beach. And he's like, well, I can't go with my hand like this. And Ernie's like, oh, well, just put it on a glove. And he's like, well, I can't just wear one glove. So he puts on 2 gloves. He goes, well, I can't wear 2 gloves going to the beach. And he's like, put on this coat. And he's like, well, now I look dumb if I'm going with a coat and he puts on a hat and he's putting all this snow stuff on to go to the beach.
Yeah, a little overkill. Just for one purple hand, huh?
That was the funniest. But why was his hand purple?
Right. Oh, I don't know, Shawnee.
Can anyone tell me that, please?
Please, somebody tell me in the chat. Why was his hand purple?
Fucking,
you got me on this one, buddy.
All right, sorry. I'm off.
Right.
I'm off the rails.
Off your chest. If I had something to add, I would, Bo. But I can't. I don't have your passion for this topic like you do, buddy. You obviously been studying this, and it's been bothering your soul for years.
This is yeah. It's been shooting in my craw for a very long time. So sorry.
That's okay. This is the Seany Zone. That's what we do. We talk about Shawnee stuff here in the Seany Zone. What's up, buddy?
You know what else scares me, mad? One last thing. What the fuck is fun size candy?
What is that? What is fun size? What are the short? Are the big ones not fun? You only got to be this big to be fun.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it fun?
Is it? Right.
It's small.
I have fun with a big one.
Is fun smaller? I don't understand that. I mean, I'm a boob guy. I like big boobs. Big boobs are fun to me.
I like fun size boobs too. Although pretty much any size boob is a fun size for me.
All boobs are great,
just like candy bars.
Saying, yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
I get it.
What makes it fun?
Who are these people? That's right, Stacey Allen.
Obviously, I'm obese, and for me, it's not fun to unwrap 15 fucking candy bars to get a full size, Twix bar.
Mm-hmm. That have a little fun size, little fun. Just have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
All right.
Let's move on. Let's go to the footage. All right. I'm calming down. I'm really.
I know you got yourself all cranked up about that whole Muppet thing, man. You kind of, I could tell it was like picking an old scab, man. Like once you got into it, you're like, you had a whole, had a whole thing, whole dissertation of the Muppets.
Well, it's where do we end with this kids thing? Like, because they had like Flintstone kids, and they were doing Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes. What was that show? Looney Tunes kid. It was like the little versions of them all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember the exact name right now.
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons. You got it. There you go. You pulled it.
So, are we gonna have die hard kids? Like, is it gonna be like a young John McClane against like a fucking what's his name?
I want to see the other end of this. I want to see like decrepit Muppets. I want to see all the Muppets being
there.
Old,
we go.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go. Senior Muppets.
Yeah.
We've done kids. We've done middle-aged Muppets. I need me some old decrepit senior ass Muppets, other than just those guys that stood up in the balcony.
Hans Gruber. That's the name I was trying to go for.
Hans Gruber.
Little baby Hans Gruber against a baby John McClane with a baby Al Powell trying to be the cop guy. Well, I don't fucking know. Fuck this.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's move on because I can't stay in this world because it gets me too fucking mad. Little SJ. I'd like to punch a little SJ.
Little SJ. Baby Bob. Sun's out, guns out, Chris Abel says. He knows what's up. He's late to the gun show. Hope you bought your ticket, punk. Hope you bought an extra ticket, punk. Welcome to the gun show. Sun's out, guns out. There you go.
Motherfucker.
He knows what's up.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the thread.
All right. Start up with number 1.
Sure, let's fucking do it, kid.
All right, you want to set it up? You want me to play it and then talk about it afterwards? It's like kind of
play it and we'll talk about it when it's done.
All right, so basically this is about like kind of AI and kind of where it's been and where it might be going, where it's at and where it's going. A little bit about AI here, and
let's
then
send it.
Scott Shawnee will expand on this. Here we go.
The real AI tech is generations beyond what you think it is. There's ChatGPT, GPT-4, Claude 3, Gemini Pro, all that stuff. That's for us to play with. That's for us to play with and get acclimated with and accept.
Interesting theory.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if I should say this. The real technology that they get to play with, that they have, that they've had for years, makes what we play with a child's toy. It's absolutely nothing. Probably wondering, okay, well, how the hell does this guy know? Who the fuck is he? I was shown things and have seen things and have heard things with my own ears and eyes that weren't really ever meant for me. And that's part of the reason why I can't exactly disclose who I am at this point. I'm not sure how that will go. I don't necessarily want to be, black band, right? But I will say this.
So would you like me to keep playing the whole thing, Sean?
Wait, pause it right there.
Okay.
I struggle with this thought all the time that I'm gonna just turn up suspiciously dead, like when you say it's gonna get black van where they just take you, they just show up, they know where you are at all times. You know what I mean? Like even though I jailbreak my phone, I know that there's still somewhere in there that they can track the fucking thing. You know what I mean?
I would imagine they could at least triangulate you by where your signal's coming from at a minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. So and for work, I need to have my phone on me, so I'm fucked. Like I can't. I want to get to a point where I don't have to have a cell phone, but as of right now, that's not where I'm at.
A lot of times when you turn that stuff off, Shawnee, if you get like a software update or some kind of reset on your phone, that stuff will turn itself back on in the background too, bro. So you constantly have to be on it. So there's always ways where you could probably be figured out. But this guy's talking about the deep AI game, and he makes a good point. If this is kind of just out here for us to toy with and so we can socially digest it and accept this. But his theory is that this stuff this is just now getting out to us, and it's been around for years. And he said you wouldn't believe some of the stuff they've done for the years that they had it before we even knew about it.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that they're like 20 times beyond where we can play with it. Because he's exactly right that this is what they do. They set you up and they say, "Oh, look at this, Facebook," and then they start going, "Okay, now we're going to manipulate the Facebook to expose you or to track you or to get good details and how you feel, and then they algorithm you, and it's like it's all
part of a bigger overall system that you can get caught up in.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely so. You may continue to play this now
a little bit more, because I think he says something else that I liked
a little bit later. Personally, physically.
Yeah, he says if there's people that you know, and I'll start his point. If you haven't seen them physically or personally, he has a recommendation for you.
If you've only had interactions via email, phone calls, hell, even video messaging, if that is your only course of being able to verify, then you don't know.
Yeah.
He's saying you really don't know who you're talking to.
Probably work for AI or are friends with AI, and you don't even know it.
Yep.
When this was first revealed to me, and I saw it, and I saw just how capable it was, not only how capable it was today, but how capable it was years ago. I'm not talking last year, I'm talking years ago. I couldn't sleep.
Years ago, Shawnee.
No, I could think was my kids. And what are they going to do? What do their futures look like? What could they possibly take in university that isn't replicatable by AI? A lot of people sit there and say, okay, well, go become a plumber, do a trade. Okay, sure.
That's a good point.
People will. And then we're going to have a supply and demand issue as office buildings that used to house employees, customer service jobs that are now done by AI, no longer require maintenance. They don't require a plumber to come up and fix a leaky pipe in a building that's not even got tenants. No builds, no new builds, no new money,
housing,
no new mortgages, no new housing.
So he's really going far with the ramifications of AI.
Well, Yeah, he's saying that they're going to delete us as humans is really
well,
what
we're already
saying.
on a course with the automation like we see at McDonald's and stuff, places like this, to where they're already trying to eliminate as many like physical humans as they can out of any particular occupational process. That seems to be the goal.
I agree. But you have to also admit that part of the problem is that they're trying to raise the minimum wage to $20 like they have in California.
You could argue that's the catalyst for this, right? That's the motivation.
And that's why now your Big Mac meal costs you $20.
That's right. And you have to type it in a computer yourself. You don't even have anybody to wait for you, because they're not playing people. They're like, give me the choice of paying a human being or putting up a giant iPad in the dining room that I don't have to pay. I don't have to give breaks. I don't have to give benefits. What do you think the employees are going to go to every time?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, there you go. So, yeah, he's kind of taking it to its natural ends as he sees it. Let's see.
Who is buying your product? Who is buying your widget, your gadget, your gizmo, whatever it is that you make? Who's buying it? Nobody has money. Is it AI buying it? Is AI putting in these purchase orders for an electrician to come out and wire up a building that it sits in? No, it's not. The answer is nobody's buying it. They are literally killing the golden goose. They know that.
There's your video there, Shawnee. There's video number 1 for you, buddy.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that's AI.
Scary. It's I don't know how I want to say this, or if I even want to say this, because there are a lot. So our food supply has been compromised. Can we agree? There's a lot of GMO products in our foods and whatnot, and Roundup and all these things.
Many things done in our lifetime since we've grown up that they've done to genetically modified foods.
Yeah,
like insecticides and things, other things they've introduced to the food chain. Yes,
and infertility has risen. Infertility has been on the rise, and what is that like? Where's the end game with all this? Like, they want less people because they don't need us.
Less people does seem to be a goal. They used to do it with war the old-fashioned way.
The grand society doesn't need us to pick oranges and to plumb their house, and you know what I mean. Like, there's going to be less and less people. So, and that's what's terrifying to me. Like, I've got kids, and I don't want. That's a scary world for me to see.
Yeah, I think
for my kids,
it definitely seems like we're heading for a world where there's going to be less and less human interaction, where we're just going to go out in the world like this guy may be speculating, just go up to machines. You're going to go to the grocery store or to a fast food place and just interact with a machine, and they'll push the food out at you. Or you'll go to the store, everything will be kind of AI. They're forcing less and less human interaction out of everyday life with AI.
Yeah. So,
all under the auspices of just cutting costs, just cutting costs and making more money. It's all in a goal to just to raise how much money they're making, raise their profit margins, if you will.
Now, if I don't mind saying so, have we had any chats at all? Like, there's been no super chats.
Not a lot of super chats, but a lot of people seem to be enjoying the topics, and they're throwing some comments in and out there. I'm
not afraid to say, I'm not afraid to call it out and be like, okay, there's nothing coming in. I just didn't know if I missed them.
Well, I know some people are just throwing out their random thoughts. Like I saw somebody said a lab-created meat. People are just talking about lab-grown meat.
Oh.
That's a whole other thing we could do. I've been seeing that recently as well.
Lab-grown meat, or the impossible meat, which is, when you read into it, it's so much worse for you than real meat. I mean, it's disgusting. Actually, it makes me want to retch.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, start getting healthy and prepare to live off the land. I love that. From Devin.
But AI seems to be here to stay. Now, I have dabbled with AI a little bit. I've made like a couple pictures with AI. I made a song with AI. Have you ever messed with any kind of AI on any level yet, Shawnee?
No.
Like, nope.
Nope.
Well,
I don't fuck with it.
We had a situation here where I live in Maryland, and a high school principal was essentially framed by a physical education teacher. A couple bits of his voice, like you see done on many of the shows we enjoy, Shawnee, on AI, took a couple of bits of his voice and made an AI track of him saying some hateful, racist things, and they had to like suspend the guy for a minute, only to come to find that they could go back digitally and they could determine that it was basically an AI track, and the guy was charged for framing him. So yeah, that's just, I mean, that's a real life kind of use of AI to frame somebody for a crime.
And that's the fear that, like, I've said it on multiple shows that at this point I've said enough words online here that they could take me and say and make me say anything. Yeah.
Any of us. What do they need? Like 5-8 words nowadays. I think it's getting easier and easier where you just need a few words and you got the whole thing. You got everything you need.
Crazy.
So that's a legitimate story. And they luckily that they had the ability to go back and find digitally that it was actually an altered thing and wasn't an original recording, or that man's life could have been ruined because of that,
crazy.
That AI. So if you're in a jurisdiction and this happens to you and it doesn't, no one cares to prove it, or if it can't be proven, you might find yourself susceptible to this too.
Yeah, and you know, if we delve into like lab grown meat, it starts to get into like the Matrix kind of world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I understand they're doing. They take the proteins out of certain meats and they kind of put them down like a 3D printer, and they're making layers and they put a little fat in on. They're making 3D kind of lab grown meats. It's really a thing.
But it's creepy to the effect like at some point you could just actually. I don't know. Yeah.
Victor Vega's checking in. I see Victor Vega in a lot of the chats.
Victor Vega, how you doing? What's the next thing that I sent you? I forget now off the top of my head.
Let's see, buddy. In the Discord, we have number 2. It was some aerial phenomenon brought to you from Japan. We had in here. Let's see.
Yes.
All right. Let me.
It was from Disney World Japan.
Okay. It says it was recorded in Japan, and it asks the question, "What do you think of this?" Here we go. So let's play this for you.
Oh, this one. No. Yeah.
Hello. See, so we just got done talking about AI and special effects, Shawnee. So it's like, what do you believe? Do you believe something online? So what's your thoughts on that, buddy?
I don't know. It makes it all so hard. Is that some sort of a time warp of a ship, that coming through, or is it?
Or that a jokester that a prankster that just wanted to mess around with some AI and get some hits on the internet. See, and that's like that first gentleman was saying. It's like if you don't really witness it firsthand yourself or see the person in person, how can you really trust that any of this is true? And it's like the minute we see anything that's even plausibly unbelievable, we would go AI right away. At least I do. We got to go.
I agree. You have to start to feel that way because we're at that cusp of. What do you even believe? Like they could make a video of you saying I hate Shawnee and he sucks, and then I'd be like,
they could just ask me for the one I got already.
Anymore.
Oh, they don't have to do that. They could ask me for the video I got already saying that. Oh,
God damn you!
Sorry about that. There you go. Hey, you got a super chat up there, Shawnee.
All right, in. Let's see. What do we got? Victor Vega.
Thank you, Victor Vega.
It's all right. So it's like a mask with a butt coming out of it. Love you guys. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. Thank you. I'll just keep saying that. Thank you. Love you guys in the whole TSN is what I'm trying to say.
What's up, Josh from Jersey? He said that's fucking Rodan. He going back.
Yeah.
Rodan. What's up, Josh?
Rodan. Yeah. All right. So but so it makes it hard to believe anything, and I think that's the point. That's what they want.
It murks the water, so now we don't even know what to believe. Like we could be getting like legitimate reports from overseas or other places, on the planet, and we got to put that. We have that in our mind. Like, okay, is this real? We're always going to go there if we get enough of this exposure to this AI. We're not going to know what to believe anymore.
Agreed.
All right.
What do we got next?
Let's go on to our next thing. Come on in here. We got we have the Roger Stankovic, the huge metallic sphere that was found in an Australian farm, buddy. What do you got to say about this one? Let me roll it for you. Whoa, that looks pretty cool. I'll show everybody else. Here we go. All right, huge metallic sphere found on an Australian farm. Here we go, buddy. I thought it was just a video, but look. I'll finish reading it. It says, witness is too spooked to get a closer look. The sphere is approximately 4 to 5 feet in diameter. I'm trying to exclude the possibility of it being a Lincoln calibration sphere, which I'm not really familiar with that. But look at that.
I'm not sure what that is, but yeah.
Giant sphere on a farm.
Big silver ball.
That would freak me out. I feel like I'm living in, am I in a gigantic pinball machine? I am. What the hell is this?
Right.
Yeah,
look out for the flipper. It's like the old song was red rubber ball, but it's a big silver ball.
That's right. So yeah, look out for the big flipper on that one. So that's
fucking weird. No,
that's weird. Yes, absolutely. Found on an Australian farm. Crikey, what is that gigantic? I'm part of a large pinball machine. I am. All right. Let's see. In our fourth selection, it's called what's it? It's a commercial. Bionic Disco. Is that anything you want to show?
Whisk commercial. Funny. I actually love it because.
Okay. All right.
I sent this to you. I was high, and
bullshitting.
I was ready.
I was high when you sent it to me too. Let's see. Good chance of that. Okay, let's see this. This is Seany, the Seany Zone, and we're watching some of his favorite stuff. And this is his Whisk commercial that he submitted. Let's see what this is all about.
Well,
ring around the collar, ring around the collar, ring around the collar. Blech.
Those dirty rings. You try scrubbing them out and soaking them out, and you can still come out with...
Ring around the collar.
Now try Whisk. Concentrated Whisk goes right on the dirt. Its unique formula sinks in and starts to clean before you start to wash. Gets even permanent press collars really clean. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time.
Pretty shirt.
There you go, Seany. There's your commercial. What do you love about that, brother?
How come ring around the collar was a big deal back in the 70s and 80s, but it
was a major social concern back in the day, bro.
Nobody cares anymore.
Okay, so you're asking where has the dirty collars gone to? Have we gotten cleaner as human beings?
Like do we have like our necks not as dirty? Like have we learned to wash our necks? Is that what the problem is?
Could be better hygiene, better materials. I don't know, but you got me thinking about this one, Seany.
Ring around the collar was I grew up with that in my wheelhouse, and it was.
I was expecting this to be a major problem when I got older, Seany, because I would see commercials like this where everybody was talking about ring around the collar this, ring around the collar that. You don't want to go out looking, ring around the collar. Everybody,
oh my God, I'm
necks
ring around
in
the
the
collar.
world, so.
Yeah.
Solved. Problem solved. What's
I guess apparently because we don't care about that anymore.
Well, I think Josh from Jersey has the best reason why we have no awareness of this problem right now. Josh from Jersey says, it still exists. You guys clearly don't have collars. That's why we don't know. That's how you get ring around the collar go away. You just don't wear no damn collars. There you go.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I guess that's what it is.
Good point, Josh. Excellent point, buddy.
Okay.
All right. You ready for our next item?
But my point, I guess, was going to be that ring around the collar was a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. By the detergent syndicate mafia, if you will, per se, trying to convince us to buy unnecessary quantities of laundry detergent. Is that what you're saying, Seany?
Big Soap wanted us to fucking buy in.
Big Soap, they duped us. They fooled us and all been clean. They don't even have sleeves, Stacey Allen says.
Stacey Allen, you're funny.
There you go. What's up, girl?
I could still have armpit stains.
There you go.
It doesn't smell too bad. No, I'm still pretty good.
You like your own brand, do you?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, next, Seany, we have this video that was submitted by a friend of ours, and you forwarded it, and it's something that's going on in NASA during one of their shots back to Earth, the ISS from the space station, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, so let me present this one for you, and then something weird goes on in it, and they ask for explanation. Let's check this one out. Sound to it.
Something for you.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this.
Are they hanging? If someone is
the worst
speculating.
NASA production to date, bar none. It is a sloppy, illogical, has massive technical issues, and even large.
I don't know. We're gonna have to do something for you.
I want to do it. I know.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Can everybody?
Is the worst NASA production to date, bar none. It is a sloppy, illogical, has massive technical
like almost
issues,
a wire you
and
can't
even
see, but you do see his pants come away. Sean.
I don't know. We're gonna have to do something for you.
There you go. So that's it.
So first of all, the guy in the dark blue shirt has to push him, has to propel him all the way around.
Giving the momentum. Okay.
Yeah, and then you see him pull the wire so he lands in the right spot. He pulls it, and his pants
he does
move.
seem to be
You
trying
see
to
the fucking
control.
pants move.
It does. Yes, you saw the pants come out. Even though you didn't see the wire, you did see the pants come out in time with his reaction to it. But yeah, it seemed like he was into controlling it. Let's see. Somebody said big collars is behind it. Collars kind of middle class. I saw another comment.
Big collars.
Yeah. Big collars is behind it. Yep. Conspiracy.
I love that. That's funny.
I think we got another great super chat from our friend.
Yeah,
Daniel
we
August.
do. Daniel August.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for the 20. Great topics tonight, boys. Chat needs to show some more love for the Shawnee show. Thank you. Put this 20 towards the weed fund. Oh.
Yeah, thank you. That's a guy after our own hearts. He knows what we're going to buy with it. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Done and done. Thank you, Daniel August.
Bang, bang, boom, boom.
Harness and Wire says Chicken Little Syndrome right below that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. That's where you have to go with it. And if we could play that, the lady in the background, her hair's like standing up. Does not look like she's just hair sprayed her hair to stand up.
Let's follow again.
On the back
Oh,
right.
yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Can everybody?
Is the worst.
It doesn't
NASA
seem to have
production
any
to
kind of
date,
other. It's
bar
not
none.
doing this.
You can't really
Like,
see it in this.
Illogical, has
when it
massive
comes back to
technical issues, and even large.
right there.
Look at
I don't know.
look
We're
at
gonna
her
have to
hair
do
just
something for you.
standing straight up.
You make a fair point because you figured there would be almost be like a flow to it, right? As long as that
is the worst NASA production to date, bar none.
It's a good point. There you go, buddy.
So if her hair, the hair could stand up. If she pushed it all up, wouldn't it stand up? If there's no gravity at all, it would just kind of float all over the place. It wouldn't just stand up.
I was expecting some of this at the top.
It
at
would
least. a little bit.
It'd be all out. Or if she moved, it would just shake out and right. I mean, like, why is it standing straight up? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
When we get into all the minutia, there's definitely some things we can pick apart there. I believe that was forwarded to us by our friend VT Bandito. I think the screen name is.
Fuck
so shout
that,
out
yeah.
VT.
VT Bandito.
They asked you to kind of answer that, address that on air, so we did it right there for you, VT. Thank you very much. All right.
What's next?
Let's see. Oh, the cryptids and the unknown, Shawnee. This one is.
Yes.
Oh, this is another kind of cryptid, kind of wicked kind of picture. We can show this, and I'll have you elaborate on it, sir. Here we go, because we're in the Seany Zone. We hope you're having fun here on this Tuesday night on the Shuli Network. Please like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hook a brother up with a super chat. We certainly appreciate everyone that has already. It says, cattle mutilation has always been an interesting subject to me, Shawnee. So what are we looking at here? Would you like me to read the whole thing, or can you elaborate on this?
Yeah, you can go ahead and read it, and then we'll deal with it.
Okay, well, it says cattle mutilation found in central Queensland, Australia recently. Note the precise excision around the eyes. No obvious cause of death. No blood was found in the carcass or on the ground. No footprints found in a very remote region of property. UAPs seen in the general area, Shawnee.
Look at its eye.
Unidentified, what's it, phenomenon they call that now?
Yeah, they changed the fucking name from a UFO. Yeah, weird. That's not a normal thing that you would see a cow just drop dead like that.
And then what they're saying, there's no there's no footprints around, very out in a remote area. I don't know. I mean, you could almost say that a bird or animal might kind of cleanly pick its eye out like that, but it is kind of a very kind of perfect hole.
Well, okay, but if you look at like how the legs are snapped, and the neck it looks like its neck broke as well. Okay. That's not a normal way that a cow just. If a cow is just to drop dead, it's going to drop dead. I understand that. But for it to drop in that sort of way, it doesn't like its rear legs aren't. One of them's like trapped under it, and one of them we can't even see.
Wow.
It just doesn't make any sense. And its front legs, one of them's like broken, and you know what I mean?
So there you go. So that was found in Australia, Queensland, Australia, Shawnee.
Some crazy shit going on in Australia, mate.
Yeah, that's a couple times we brought up Australia tonight. So yeah, keep it 100 down there in Australia. All right, for items number 6, this one is titled Mars in Canada.
Oh, Devon Island, yeah.
I'll play this. Oh, wait a minute. I'll play this for you. Looks like it's about
Andy, have you ever been to Devon Island?
No, I've never been to Devon Island, but there's this girl I dated called Devon. I was at her house a couple times when the parents weren't home.
Oh, close enough. All right. Well, let's bring this up. This is our friend. This is Mars in Canada. Here you go, Shawnee. Here's your submission. Let's watch this here. It's about 1 minute long. We've been lied to. It says at the top. So tell us about this. What do you know about this whole Devon Island thing?
So I've been seeing this for a long time, and the pictures match up. It's so basically this is a flat Earth theory with there is no Mars. Well, basically we can't get to Mars. There's no way we're flying to Mars, and it's not like an attainable thing. And NASA to propel their funding,
to keep their mission on their ongoing mission. Yes, go ahead.
They say, "Oh, well, we're going to Mars now," so they have to find some place to show as Mars on Earth, and then they find this place which is. It's just rocks. Like you can see it for yourself. And if you look it up, this is a fun wormhole to get into. Look up Devon Island, and it looks like Mars if you put a little red tint over it.
There's some compelling comparison pictures there. I imagine it would be kind of easy to find a hill here and a hill there, but for the examples that they gave right there, Shawnee, it was pretty compelling.
We're pretty exact.
Pretty exact. Yeah, they were.
And
this kind of just goes along with the overall speculation. People have thought for many years the moon landing was faked and things of that nature because of the desperation to appear that we were winning the space race at the time.
Yes, we were. The U.S. was consumed with beating Russia at anything.
Oh, absolutely, and probably still very much so.
Space race, nukes, checkers. I mean, anything we could beat them at. They would have been like, yeah, we beat you.
Absolutely. That's what it was. It was the Cold War, and it was about one-upsmanship on every little aspect. Yeah. Being first in space, being first with a new weapon, all of that, Shawnee. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mars and Canada, I mean, it does look like they just kind of took that stuff and kind of just applied it and act like, like you said, you have to justify your funding. You have to justify your existence. So, you never know.
Yeah, yeah. Then that's what, and yeah. So I mean, if you look at, I don't know if I put into this the NASA rover thing. Did I put them in the chat?
I'm not sure. The next thing I have looks like it has a Bigfoot reference to it there.
Okay.
I think that's it. Let me see. And then let me.
There was
you put something in earlier today. That was about Andrew Dawson or something.
Yeah. Okay, so there's another video out that I wish I'd put in right after this one. It shows the rover from 1960, was it 68, 69? That cost us $38 million to build. Mm-hmm. And when you look at it, you laugh because you say that cost that. There's no way that costs $30.
It looks like a frame with like a real crude frame with tires on, like not much structure to it at all.
Yeah, it's how the fuck did that cost $38 million dollars in that year's money? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Mm-hmm. And who filmed them landing and taking back off from the moon?
Yeah, if we barely had the sophistication,
it moves and zooms. Yeah. Fuck you.
If we barely had the sophistication to get there, then one could ask, well, how did you get those good camera angles? Operation Paperclip scientists were Nazis. They helped create NASA. Russia had their own set of ex-Nazis. Yeah, we kind of know that. Russia and the U.S. are still working the ISS scam together, despite the Ukraine thing. Yeah, they're up the International Space Station.
Kubrick is a god. Agreed.
Hey, what's up, Brian Kowalczyk? How you doing there, buddy? All right, so that was our Mars in Canada thing.
Okay.
What's up, Brian K? Let's see. So your next one was, we got a little Bigfoot kind of update thing, huh? Our new Bigfoot edition? We have to, let's see. Oh, boy. Let's see. I didn't hear about this one, but let me see what you know about this one. It says, Bigfoot prompts a school lockdown in Ohio, Shawnee.
This is a true story.
True story. Is that right?
Yeah, so there was a dad. Showed up to the school in a Bigfoot costume, and he ran around the school, got enough people to see him, where they locked down the school. They called the police, and he was on his way away from the school, and the police pulled him over and said, what are you doing? Basically. So he played on the myth of the Bigfoot, and it turned out to be a senior prank thing. Like the dad was, I don't know how, I'm really not sure what they do in Ohio at the schools.
Yeah. I know senior cut day is a thing, so maybe they have a senior prank day. So you're saying that they kind of did this, and they probably knew it was going to cause a lockdown, so they kind of did this senior prank, and it caused this lockdown, making a Bigfoot. Really?
Yeah, but it shut down the school for a time frame. Yeah.
And I imagine that's a goal if you're doing a senior prank. If you get them to believe it that well, that mission accomplished there.
Yeah.
So there you go. Bigfoot prompts a school lockdown, but in this case, Shawnee, he says this is in fact not.
That one's not real.
Not real. There we go. All right.
I'll bring up the not real too. I'm not afraid to I'm not so butthurt that I'm gonna say like everything has to be real. It's okay. This is an interesting thing that came up because of the Sasquatch.
Very good. Good shit, man.
Let's delve into it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I have no sleeves.
The Josh from Jersey says, genius. You can't get in trouble for calling in a Bigfoot scare. Yeah, like Howard's going to say, well, I thought I saw it, right?
Right.
That's a great point. Right. If you're going to call a scheme where you don't want to get arrested or anything, that's a good point, Josh from Jersey. Yeah. All right. And your next thing here, you kind of submitted this earlier. This is our number 8 item here.
Okay.
This is the Andrew Dawson video.
Okay. So hang on. Since I was off last week, I wanted to delve into a couple things about missing people. And so this is one. So there was a TikToker named Andrew Dawson who went by Andy Cat on their website. And So he saw his first post in this string of posts, but I've only got the one. I can't find the rest of them now, which is very suspicious. He and his friend were driving along, and they saw a giant on a mountaintop in, I think it was in Saskatchewan. But so he posts this, and then because of the backlash from that, he starts getting harassed, and agents show up at his house, and then he recants his entire story. I've been in this wormhole, but the stuff that I had saved for this has been deleted, so I couldn't find it.
So they took him off of Twitter? Is that what you're saying? They took him off of X?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok in this case. Okay. All right.
But then there was news that he had died. Mm-hmm. But randomly, like, just, he passed away at home, blah, 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 and nobody knows where he is.
Okay.
So it was in Alberta. It was a giant on a mountain in Jasper National Park in Alberta. That's where it was.
Okay.
So this is the clip that began the whole thing. So
it says this video was made. It says shot. It used the word shot, but I'll change the word to made. This video was made before Andrew Dawson disappeared. It says shot/made. All right, here we go. It says it's a giant. Is the caption. Let's see what's up.
What is it? It's a person, dude.
And they have to be pretty big to show up that well, Sean.
Yeah.
No. It's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
Dude, have you seen what I've seen right now?
It's like he's walking. Ain't got no better zoom on that thing. Turn that hip hop music, get better focus. So we'll play it one more time for it. Look up at the top of the mountain here at like about 1 o'clock. If you're looking at a clock.
It's a person, dude.
Right here.
No, seriously, pull over.
No. I don't know, Shawnee. It looks like it could be a dude
person
up there.
Standing there.
And it'd have to be pretty big to show up
dude,
that well.
Have you seen what I've seen right now?
Relative to the trees and everything around him.
Oh, he's big.
So that video was shot. That was a video of Andrew Dawson apparently taking that video or something, or he had awareness of that. And that was before he disappeared or died.
And that was, I think that was in like February. And then he later on in the spring, he shoots a film of this helicopter bringing a body-shaped object out of the woods. Like we saw, not the same one, not the same one,
but we showed something similar to that.
Similar. And it's flying out of there. And then there's a strange car around his house, and then he's trying to evade them, and it cuts off. And then later on, it's like a hostage style where he's saying, "Oh, everything I said was fake. It was just a joke. I wasn't real, blah, blah, blah." And then suddenly he turns up dead.
Wow, yeah. Wasn't going to be good enough that he was going to keep his mouth shut, huh?
Apparently
sometimes when you know too much.
Apparently not.
JFK Head Chunk, what's up, buddy? Says AI will be perfected when it can do a Shawnee voice. I was up top there, Andy. He says, well, I thought that was pretty funny. If I can hear AI do a Shawnee, that would be a pisser.
One of these days, do we have access to a auto tuner? Because like a TI.
I'm not sure. I know some of the guys have maybe had the effect. I don't know if Shuli does or has an effect on his machine, but I'm not sure that we have strict access to an auto tune. Why? What do you got in mind, buddy?
Well, just to hear me talk through one might be fun.
Oh my God, that would be funny. Oh, that would be a blast, Shawnee. You want auto tune? That would be
a tune like a Cher song.
That would be a fucking trip. Wow.
So
Shalani.
Thank you. So several years ago, there was a UFO researcher, and he was British guy named Max Spears.
Okay.
And he had pointed out a lot of UFO stuff and government things. He had a lot of he made a lot of enemies, is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Okay.
So he had called his mother saying that he was in danger and did expect to die in a strange way. He had been hiding out with his girlfriend at the time, and he was found dead with her. Several days later, the police were called to her house, and he was found dead. And before he died, he had vomited a quart of black liquid, which was never determined what it was.
Was he suicided? You think, Shawnee? He got suicided?
I don't know, but
instead of murder, he got suicided, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's what it boils down to it. But what makes you vomit a quart of black liquid before your heart stops?
I don't know.
I've looked it up. I don't see anything that relates to that exactly.
Was he low on oil? Well, not the black goo, says Devin Cutmore. District 9 goo. That's a good thing. Yeah, Hunger Games reference. District 9 goo. Hi-oh. They filled it with goo.
Maybe.
Black lip liquid typically means blood, according to our friend Josh from Jersey.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose if it was days old, but I mean, vomiting,
bad blood,
vomiting black. I know if you poo black, it can be poo. It can be blood, but vomiting black.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
I don't. What's up,
buddy? Hey, buddy.
This actually reminds me. A long time ago, when I was at camp, when I was 13, some guy gave another guy a gotchi pull. Do you remember what that is? The gotchi pull, when you grab someone by the underwear from behind them and you just reef it up.
Or we call it a wedgie, basically. Like
a wedgie, yeah.
A wedgie. Okay.
So he grabbed this guy, gave him a wedgie, and he literally picked him up by that underwear and swung him around like 5 times. When he let him go, finally, the guy threw up black stuff, and we were trying to figure out what the fuck that was.
Really?
Get out. Yeah. Wow, maybe your soul goes up in your throat when you get a power wedgie. That's a wild story, Andy. Wow,
that's right.
We have corroboration of black goo there, Shawnee.
What the fuck?
Whoa. That was the ultimate power wedgie. I've never heard of such a power wedgie.
Yeah.
Maybe he was into some weird shit, and his girlfriend gave him one of those.
True story. This one time in band camp.
That changes my whole perspective. This is fucking wild.
There you go.
Okay.
Terry Nee has a whole theory about coffee ground emesis.
What?
Emesis. Terry Nee has a bit of a tome right there. Above that. He has a bit of a tome above that one there, Andy. There you go. Coffee ground emesis, or vomitus, is the vomit that looks like coffee grounds. It's dark brown or black in color with a lumpy texture. The appearance comes from old and coagulated blood in your gut. And that's a more you know from our friend Terry Nee. Thank you, bro.
All right, but what causes old and coagulated blood in your gut?
I don't know, buddy.
Right. I mean, okay.
We don't have all the answers. Gotcha pool equals Canadian wedgie. Wow. See, I didn't know. We learned something here. We're
Ontario wedgie.
We're coming together internationally here. We're understanding each other's language. We're bonding over our wedgie terminology. A gotcha pool, Canadian wedgie. There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's actually a gotchi pull. Gotchi, like, is another word for underwear.
Gotchi. All right. Thank you.
Gotchi.
Thank you. Thank you. If I ever go to Canada, I won't be embarrassed if I say gotcha over gotchi. Thank you, Andy.
That's a boot.
Gotchi or gotcha?
Gotchi.
That's a boot, right?
That's a boot, right? Hi-oh.
Exactly, brother.
He's got it. All right.
Okay. So
blame Canada, says the Reverend Wild Bill. Blame Canada.
Yeah. Marvin Clark. Have you ever heard of? Okay. Marvin Clark. Have you ever heard of him, Bobby?
I can't say that I have, Mr. Shawnee. Who is Marvin
I printed
Clark,
this
sir?
shit in the smallest print I could have fucking picked. I think it's on like 2.
Squint real hard.
Yeah, like for real. I'm turning 50 next month, and I'm like, my eyes don't work as good as they did. And I don't.
You see me putting the glasses on and off. I gotta put my readers on. Gotta put my put my eyeballs on, as they say. Gotchi pool at the orphanage, says Josh from Jersey.
Oh Jesus, that's
Gotchi pool at the orphanage.
So Marvin Clark is the oldest active missing persons case in the USA, dating back to the 1926.
Wow, they kept it open all these years, huh?
He went missing in 1926 in Oregon. A body was found in 1986 in an area believed that he would have been traveling, but
60 years later they found a body.
Yes, but it was not him.
Right. Okay.
The DNA in 2016, they went back and did a test, and it was proven not to be him.
Okay.
Oh boy. I see Daniel has put up something else, and I don't want to deal with it, but
it's all you, Shawnee. You got to read it. They paid for it. It's up to you. Come on, you got to read it.
The B word. The B word has an auto tuner machine. I will email Andy with his number, and I know he will come to your house. No
problem. No fuss, no muss. The Beebs has got you hooked up. He's the king of auto tune.
Nope.
Allegedly.
All right.
Nope. Justin Bieber, we'll see. Maybe if he
can
shape
we get
shifts
this
back
off
or
the
something.
fucking screen? Can we get off the screen?
No. Ape Shay, Ifting Shay, Ustin J. Eber Bay. Tony's feeling that. Come on, man. Going to do it. The Beebs, as Jerry Lahane.
I feel like bringing that fucking shit up. It's all right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Rocked him off his course now. Thank you. Thank you for your generous super chats tonight, Daniel. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Daniel. I love you, but not that chat. I mean,
not in a Bieber way.
I love you every other time except for that. Okay,
thank you, Victor Vega. Thank you, Victor Vega.
What? Wait, what did he say?
I was just thanking our super chat, our generous super chat.
Oh,
Victor Vega,
yeah.
And Daniel August tonight, and everybody else. Hope you're having fun here tonight on the Shuli Network.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Can we have some fun?
Zone.
Are we having fun?
Are we doing it?
Anybody?
We're doing it, Shawnee. Do you remember laughter?
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're having fun.
All right, so Bobby, did you know that the federal parks of the United States claims not to keep a record of missing people throughout all of its parks?
I've never pondered this before, but all
think
the
about
parks,
how many of the parks that there are.
Lots of parks, millions of acres, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm like, who's it on? Is it on to the park police? I'm trying to think of trying to go through a natural progression here, but you figure there'd be some kind of stats on parks and the number of people that maybe don't come home from them or end up missing in them. But you're saying, what are you telling us, Shawnee?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that the park system in and of itself doesn't keep a list of people that get lost in them. Any town, any city in the U.S., the police department has a list of people that are missing. Right?
Okay. All right. Yeah,
we used to see them all the time on milk cartons as kids, or at the Walmart. You'd see them as you go in, and they would show them. Excuse me. And the U.S. parks do not have such a thing.
Okay, so I'm trying to so if you're in a particular jurisdiction and someone gets missing in the park and the jurisdiction don't know about it and the parks don't give it, so you're saying there's kind of a, I guess I'm trying to understand what you're getting at, is there's a kind of a non-reporting thing going on, obviously what you're saying. So
yeah.
But who's behooved with kind of reporting that information? Yeah, 'cause I guess if they go to the parks and say, hey, we understand that there's a person missing in your park, they're not going to know anything about it, right? And then they don't have jurisdiction to go in the park and then investigate.
Well, so they can claim like, oh, well, we don't keep records of that, so it just gets
nobody ever goes missing in our parks because we don't write it down. They got that too, right?
Right? Yeah, they can claim ignorance all the way. But so there is a guy named David Paulides that has started going. I mean, he hasn't started. I mean, it's been years and years now, but he asked the parks department, can I have a list of all the missing people in the park? And the first time he asked Yosemite, which has by far and away the most missing people of all the U.S. parks.
Yeah.
And they said it's going to be, I forget what they said, $140,000. $140,000 that he's going to have to pay them to come up with this list. Because they have to go, because the park said we go based on the memory of our employees, more or less.
Jeez, that's
saying
a weird way of keeping.
So they don't keep track of this, which is
right. So
why the fuck don't we keep track of this?
Good point.
Because
so it seems like a loophole. There's no, apparently from what you're telling me, there's no obligation on the parks department to count for people that are missing in their park. They don't list
there's
it.
Vast wilderness with cliffs and waterfalls and rivers, ponds, and all kinds of things that people could get hurt and lost and die or whatever, but they don't keep track of that. Okay,
interesting. No, that's one I can't say that I really knew that.
So then he asked, okay, so when they came back to him, so he had books. He's got books and books and books. I've got one of his books. He goes, the books are missing 411 books. So he's got books out and he asked for a freedom of
Information Act.
Yes.
So
he asked for that, and they said, "Well, your books are not in enough libraries for us to grant you that." And he said, "How many do I need? I need to be in?" And they said, "We can't tell you that." And then he said, "How much would it be for all the parks?" And they told him like $3.2 million.
It's funny how they can't tell you how many people are missing in their parks, but yet they spit out a figure right away of, if you give me enough money, I can give a shit about how many people are in the parks. But right now, we currently don't give a shit unless somebody comes up with $3.2 million.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
How convenient is that? Yes, the Freedom of Information Act, our friend, the silent shape, reminds us. And Daniel Uck has another
he's coming back. I hope it's good this time.
It's always good from our friend Daniel.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Sorry for the auto-tune PTSD.
He got you.
I will never bring up auto-tune. Auto-tune.
Yeah, it was the auto-tune part that definitely got him, Daniel. It wasn't the Bieber part or anything. It was definitely the auto-tune. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
You rocked him again. There you go. Oh my goodness. Middle Earth. Okay. Some find the entrances in the national parks to the Middle Earth and never return back. Yeah, I guess there's some of those stories.
So, okay, so one of the theories is because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that go into these parks and they just are never seen again. Or stranger. There's a lot of stranger ones. If you read these books, the missing 411 books, there's a lot of folks that either turn up dead in a pond, but they didn't drown to death. Or they turn up on a path that they've searched 20, 30 times. They're and they show up days later dead on this path where like people have been. And they've been going in and out of the woods to get into this part of the woods where they're trying to search. And then they show up there days later. It's or they end up, or there's kids, there's children, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds who somehow don't go downhill. They don't go downhill, which would be the easiest way to get to safety. But then they're found miles away over mountain ranges, and they're deceased almost all the time. And it's like, how did this kid get that far? And in a time frame that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that the national parks really didn't like kind of retain or really just gave so little care about any of that type of information.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. So in 1969, there was a 6-year-old boy named Dennis Martin who was in the Great Smoky Mountains with his dad and his grandfather and his brothers, and they ran into another family called, also named the Martins, which is strange. And so they had some kids too, and so they hiked up this trail to this field, and so the kids all were gonna play like a hide and seek game. They were going to all hide, and they were gonna scare the adults. So the 6-year-old kid runs behind the tree, and and the mom and the dad of one side, and the dad and the grandpa, they all come around. They're like, "Where are the kids?" Blah blah blah, and they all jump out and scare them. But this one boy is gone, and it had only been moments in between this time frame. And so they all started to go on as like this hike to look for him. They're like spreading out. They're going here and there, and so they can't find this kid at all, and he's just gone. He's gone, and so days go by. Well, hours go by, and they alert the park. They say, my son's gone, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need to find him. He's nowhere to be seen. He was only gone for like 5 minutes tops.
Yeah. How far could he be, right?
How a 6-year-old. So they go on a search for him after they search for him for a day. The next day, they bring in the whole town comes in, and they're looking for this kid. The Green Berets come in. The Green Berets come in to search for this kid. Nobody can find anything. And so across the park, there's a guy and his kids who, this is about like a 90 minutes beyond. So they lost his son, and then 90 minutes later, this guy and his kids are on this other ridge in the park, and they see the kids say, "Oh, I see a bear," and the dad says, "That isn't a bear," and he's got something on his shoulder, and he goes up over like this crest of the hill, and then they hear this screaming, shrieking sound, and they don't know what they just saw. So the dad goes to the newspaper. I can't find my son. Blah 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 blah. And it's everyone's on the hunt for this kid, including the Green Berets, which is very bizarre because when do they ever get involved in this? That's
what I was wondering. As you said that's got to be some high level shit where people know somebody that knows somebody to get some Green Berets involved.
Or they're trying to cover up something that's covering up something
nefarious. Something nefarious. Is that what you're suggesting?
So the police don't even tell the dad about the other guy that saw this thing with his kids. He hears about it in the newspaper. He doesn't see it. They don't tell him that somebody else saw something weird that same day, which is very weird. That's very strange. And so a lot of folks believe that so in the Smoky Mountains, there's like, I guess there's feral people, like mountain folk that are just unkempt and they may not even speak. I don't even know.
Like Nell, Tay in the wind.
Yeah. So
ain't got no fancy book educating. That's right. School book education.
So this kid's never been found, and it's just like this tale of woe for this dad who brings his kid out in the woods. And I used to bring my kids out in the woods all the time. We camped and did all the shit, and I can't even imagine what that would feel like for me to have your kid just gone. They're just gone. It's
Josh from Jersey says, "Was the boy John Rambo? It's over, Johnny. It's over. It's over, Johnny."
No, it's Dennis Martin. I thought I already said his name, but that's
good Rambo Wood reference. I like what he said that he called the Green Berets. Somebody said they should have called him the Raspberry Berets. I thought that was a good line, Josh. Prince of Special Forces.
Yeah.
Captain Mauser says. There you go. Everybody's having fun tonight.
All right,
chat. Good shit, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's one of these tales that's sad.
Yeah, it is. So it's just one of the many mysteries, and then you couple that with, like you said, where the parks, they give no fucks if any of this stuff kind of occurs in their place. If somebody go, "Hey, I came in with 3 kids and I only got 2. Oh, we don't care, whatever. We're gonna write it down or anything." Nah, you all right? Just keep on going. You're good. We got this. You know.
Well, so I'm gonna end it with this. So I can't recommend it enough. David Pleiades missing 411 on this tale. He once he met with the parks and stuff, and then he would go to the parks themselves and ask for the stuff. And guys would come, rangers would come out and like follow them away from the park, and then be like, "Hey, I work for the parks. I know what you're trying to do, and here's some dirt on it." You know what I mean? Like, they give them.
Yeah, you're never going to find out anything on the record, right? That's probably the only way you're really going to find out the truth is off the record.
So he's dug into all the shit, and it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I mean, Crater Lake has a ton of things. I mean, it's all these parks. I mean, and there's tons of times when like folks just don't do dumb shit with like the guy at Yellowstone. He walked off the path, and they got burned to death because he fell in like a hot spring. Like there's tons of shit like that where folks are just gonna be. They're just doing dumb shit.
They're going. You got bored to death. You're going. We ain't writing it down. Our friend Mike says he agrees with you, and he backs up. He says, "Watch 401." He says you have to pay for information on each person lost in the park. I hear it's outrageously high price. Watch 411, and that's where you got some of your information from, right?
Bam.
There you go, Mike. So he's already on the tip with you. Thank you, Mike, for your.
Yeah. One night when I couldn't sleep, I was listening to Coast to Coast, and I heard him, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy shit." And then I looked into it more, and I said, "Fuck, this is the thing, and it's wild."
There you go.
And up here in Boston, we get a lot of folks that die. They get found in like one of in the bay or in the harbor, and they said that they drowned, but there's no water in their lungs, and it's really bizarre.
Yep. More mysterious.
Yeah. So, anyways,
and there you go. The Josh says the National Park System ate my homework. Well, I guess you.
And here's the fucked up part of it. I love to hike and stuff, so it's like I'm fucked.
Well, and so that's why they tell you, like, don't even trust you. They tell people, tell your family, I'm going in this park, I'm going on this trail, I expect to be gone this long, I'm going this far or whatever, because you hear a lot of these kind of stories where people get into the thick of these parks and some of them are never seen again. So I know people that kind of know those experiences will tell, like, my family, hey, I'll be here, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is when you expect me back.
I always say this too, do not go into the woods alone. Do not go into the woods unarmed, which that could mean a lot of things. That could mean, thank you. That could mean I prefer a high caliber weapon and a taser and a knife, some bear spray, mace, or something like that. All of those things is good. And they have GPS phones, beacons, or whatever. So if you do get lost, you can set that off, and they'll be able to find you.
There you go.
And don't go into the woods drunk.
Or let somebody know where you're going.
Especially if you're alone.
And if you can afford it, definitely have a GPS beacon or something like your phone, something where they can like kind of pinpoint you and locate you if you do get lost in one of these parks, because apparently the parks give no shits. They won't even write your name down on a piece of paper.
No,
if you end up missing.
And Stuttering John should go into the woods alone and drunk.
6-pack of Coors Light, Brian Kowalczyk says.
See you later,
6-pack
you
of Coors.
Fucking
good call, Shawnee.
Yeah,
our friend Space Nerd says.
Thank you, Space Nerd. But yeah, so I mean, you just got to be smart. It's,
that's it at the end of the day. Well, we had a lot of good topics there you had tonight, Shawnee. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on air, bro, so it's good to be back with you, doing our thing here on the Seany Zone.
Yeah,
on the Shuli
I'm not
Network.
dead. You're not dead. We're all alive.
Yeah, we're all
I'm
here.
not AI.
He wasn't taken out by any conspiracy theories. The man didn't come get him. The man tried to suppress him, but Shawnee's back.
And by saying I'm not AI, I'm proving that I'm not AI.
Yeah, and like our friend, like I think Josh said, once we'll know AI is perfected, if it can ever do your voice, Shawnee, and do your stutter, bro, then they're gonna fool everybody. They can fool us with that. They're gonna fool the world, buddy, for sure.
Chris Polotky is saying that my solution is an armed group of vigilantes roaming the national parks. Yeah, that would solve it.
Shawnee is AI proof. I don't know. You can't make Shawnee. There's only one Shawnee, and I don't think they have AI good enough to make somebody like my boy Shawnee.
Eventually they will.
And when they do, that's when we cash it in.
Hope
bro.
not. Maybe I'm the one.
When I can't tell Shawnee from AI Shawnee, that's it. I'm cashing it in. I'm done.
Thank you.
Done, brother. Muppets was my favorite, and he brings it all full circle. Our friend Jamie Jimenez says Muppets was my favorite. Hey, I like Muppets.
I'm passionate about that.
And there's the full circle moment right there, Shawnee.
Fucking
brought it home for us.
Thank you, sir. All right. So,
ready to pull the train into the station? Got any more for us, or we'll be done? What we got?
I think it's it.
All right, all right. Well, this has been a great time on the Seany Zone tonight. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social media, or where they want to contact you, maybe send you some photos or story ideas or anything like that, Seany?
I am at Not High Register on X, and which has been banned by John, who won't try to fight me.
Block him.
He won't try to fight me. So, which I laugh at because he's a fucking pussy. John's a fucking pussy.
Uh-oh, you got it. It's going on record.
Loser.
So you can find him at not High Register, right?
Yeah. At
not High Register.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'm
Twitter
also
X. Go ahead.
Twitter X, whatever the next name will be.
I call it both because when you say X, I feel like I'm not saying everything I need to say. So I say Twitter
right,
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameo, I'm at I forget. You'll find me under the Stern link, I think, of the Wack Pack link, which I'm not a Wack Packer, so fucking fuck off.
Not in the Wack Pack.
But I'm under there. So Jaime Jimenez.
That was Jamie Jimenez.
Super sticker, $5. What does that
sticker.
even mean? What does that mean?
It's just a nice way to give us $5, and you don't have to write nothing down, and you go merrily on your way. So thank you, Jamie.
Fucking A. All right. Thank you.
If anybody wants to find me on Twitter X, you can find me at BobStuff1. Find me on Twitter X. I think Andy says he puts all of our social medias in the descriptions of the show. And if you want to catch me daily, I do a show daily called BF Live on my channel, BF Live on YouTube, 12 o'clock East daily, 12 to 3-ish every day. So check me out there.
Please do.
Thank you very much. All right. So I guess that's it. Seany, you ready to pull the train to the station, brother?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it. We'll probably roll out in the credits with your song, the Seany song. Well, tell everybody what the name of that song is again.
So, you know what? I wanted to say too. I think my band is better than John's band.
I think it is. Did you see that horrific performance of him out at the Tonight Show?
Oh, it was
party?
Fucking ghastly.
Oh
ghastly.
My God. That was terrible. So yeah, what you're gonna hear at the end of the show is Seany's band. Tell them the name again, Seany.
Walston, and the album was Midwest Miracle. It's available on many platforms.
And it is. I will second YouTube, that it is much better than anything I've heard John do.
Wait, I do want to bring up. We have a green. Brian Kowalczyk gifted one Shuli Network membership.
Awesome community.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Great. This is great. I love it. No, but yeah, I think that my band beats his, and I would be. You can't even tell me that it doesn't. I mean, come on.
All right.
He's a jackass. But anyways.
Yes.
So
your band rules. You're gonna hear it. It is better than John's band. You're gonna hear it in the closing credits of the Seany Zone.
Yes.
All right.
And is available on Spotify,
wherever fine
YouTube,
music is sold, basically.
Yeah, Yahoo Music. It's everywhere. So to close out the show, I'd like to say, stay prepared, be safe, and return your fucking shopping carts, please.
Boom. There you go. We're out of here, y'all. Until next time on the Seany Zone.
Yeah.
Take care and have a great night and a great week, y'all. Until next time. Let's rock to Seany. Better than John's band. Let's rock with the gun show. Let's go. Oh, look at that face. Peace and love, y'all. Good night.
Bye.